Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Nerdalyse Podcast. We're just going to get straight in.
Yeah.
Infinity War out of 10. What's your rating?
9.5.
9.5. Yeah, I'd
High
probably
one.
say I have to agree. It's definitely the best Marvel movie they've ever made.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, in the last episode we were thinking whether it would be the best.
Yeah.
Thanos was just amazing.
He was easily the best.
Easily the best
the best,
character.
yeah.
It was his story.
Yeah, which I loved.
And he's just the most interesting villain. You could
Yeah.
actually sort of agree with what sort of he was doing.
Yeah, he wasn't just a villain where just just this big villain come to destroy, take over the world.
Yeah.
He had a reason as to why he was doing what he was doing.
I mean, right from the get-go in the movie, I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, definitely.
The very first scene when you saw the Asgardian ship already destroyed, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And then Loki's like, yeah, we have a Hulk.
Yeah, I know. Then
that fight scene though, that was so cool.
That was so good. You just didn't really expect Hulk to get destroyed that easily. It
was crazy. And then Heimdall somehow got him to Earth.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit lucky that he landed right near Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
but
it was a bit
of a coincidence. But still, I don't think there was any point in the movie where it was too dry or there was any BS happening. I just felt like it just flowed really nicely.
Yeah, definitely.
And because there were so many characters, I think the ones that deserved the right amount of screen time for the story got that right amount of screen time.
Yeah.
I mean, your favourite character is Cap, isn't he?
He's my favourite character, yeah.
What did you think about him? Because obviously he didn't have as much screen time as quite a few of the others.
He didn't have much screen time, but it's not really necessary for him to have as much
Yeah,
screen time.
He wasn't as important to the story. I expect in the next one, Avengers 4, which still hasn't been, the title hasn't been released, because apparently according to the Russo brothers, they say that the title is literally it's more of a spoiler. I guess it would probably be a spoiler for this film.
Yeah.
But as well as that, a spoiler for sort of how the next one will go.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because it's really heavily linked to the comics or anything like that, but I'm quite hyped for them to sort of release the name for that.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about spoilers, it's good that we went to see the film so early on, because the internet is just crawling with spoilers right now.
I'll be surprised if no one gets spoiled.
Yeah,
I'd be
you
surprised.
literally have to live under a rock. You have to be Patrick Star to not get spoiled with this movie. If you touch the internet and haven't seen it yet, you've these Infinity Wars spoilers without context.
They're just flooded.
If you ever read the Marvel
media.
comics, you just see the Click one, and then also all the people fading away. You piece two and two together. You're like, well, Thanos won then.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, a major spoiler really. But
I got some certain pages on Instagram do warn you.
They do warn you sort of
spoilers.
But that's major because they've somehow pirated the movie. We've got a scene from the movie here.
Well,
but
it's probably not that difficult to pirate it.
What do you think about Thanos actually winning? So this is one of the first
Actually
Marvel
winning,
movies where the villain came on top.
As I heard it was a 2-part one. I just kind of knew he was gonna win. He was gonna win, or he was gonna do a lot of damage, and able to get away without dying.
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting seeing all the stones and the click of the finger throughout the film.
I really didn't expect to see all of the 6 stones in the movie. I would have thought it'd been 3 or 4, and then the next ones would be in the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the movie, it does say Thanos will return.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So he would definitely be part of Avengers 4.
Yeah.
I don't know how he'll be involved because he's completed his quest.
He's done what he needs to. Yeah.
I mean, his quest was to wipe out half the universe.
Yeah.
Talking about that as well, what was your opinion on all the deaths?
I don't think they're full deaths, but some were quite emotional.
Yeah, I mean, the Russo brothers actually did announce that they are deaths. They are
full deaths.
Not that they can't be brought back, but they are dead.
They are dead. Okay. So there's Spider-Man, he's gonna be brought back because he
has a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
that was such an emotional scene, man. I mean, I don't really cry. I don't really have cry at movies.
Yeah.
I didn't cry then, but that was hard to watch that.
Yeah, apparently he improvised that.
Man, he's a crazy good actor.
That was great acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the most impactful death out of all of them.
Out of the ones that were erased, yes, but
I mean, in terms of the real deaths, like that Loki death right at the start really took me by surprise.
I like they did that. I didn't really care too much for the character though. Like,
yeah, I don't.
I like
Loki a little bit, but
I like they kind of like killed off like kind of like a fairly big character like just straight away, just to send the message. That,
yeah,
like,
I just remember sort of sitting there like, holy crap.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that actually just happened.
Yeah, in a Marvel
film.
film.
Is serious.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. There's like some people think that because he's the god of tricks and stuff like that, he was actually fooling Thanos, but I would kind of hope not, because that like, sort of takes away from Thanos's like power.
I like how Thanos is actually quite intelligent.
Yeah, like he was really intelligent. Like that reality gem trick he pulled on the Guardians.
Yeah.
Even Star-Lord was like, well, that was a bit too easy.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of comes out of nowhere and then steals Gamora. Like that was really intelligent.
That was
I was like,
very good. Yeah,
damn, that got me as well.
Yeah.
Like I did sort of, as soon as like he took Gamora, I was like, well, I think this is probably the end for her character, because, well, actually, it was more when he asked Gamora, like, you know where the Soul Stone is.
Yeah.
As soon as Gamora was like, yeah, I know where it is, I was like, well,
why would you say that?
She's dead then.
He like he knew like that Gamora like knew where it was anyway though.
Yeah.
So even if she did lie, so.
No, I was thinking like as soon as we found out that Gamora knew where the Soul Stone was, I pieced two and two together. Like, well, if she knows where it is, then he's gonna take her there. And this whole theory about like to get hold of the Soul Stone, you have to kill take like a heart for a heart sort of thing.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of like how like that at the time, but once they were on like that, like I guess like mountain with Red Skull.
Yeah,
like
that was really cool. I like that. Red
I really like it. But like when he was like stating like what you have to do, like I just knew like I was gonna die.
One thing, there was this theory that was going around before in like all like through the Marvel Cinematic Universe that the names of the Infinity Stones were linked to Thanos. So basically, you had the Tesseract, which was T.
Yeah.
And then there was the Ether. I think it was Ether, which I think was spelt with an A. I think it's A-E. Thanos.
Yeah.
And then there's the O for the orb from like Guardians.
Yeah.
There's the S. I don't remember them all, but there was like a whole theory. And some people think that the H was the Soul Stone, which like led to Heart, like him giving away his heart or something like that.
Yeah.
I think the performance by Josh Brolin was amazing.
That
like
was very good.
Even like it was mo-capped, but you could just tell like even when he like had to kill Gamora for this Soul Stone, he was like proper destroyed by it. Like,
he was like emotional, like a tear like dripping down him, like down his face. Like, yeah.
I think that whole like Thanos and Gamora part was like one of the best parts of the movie. Like when Gamora actually thought she killed Thanos in the collector's room on Nowhere, she like properly went for. She was crying loads.
She probably went for like taking him out. She like fully went for like taking him out, and then when she did, she just immediately regretted it.
Yeah, she hated him but loved him.
Yeah,
which was kind of an interesting like way that they took that. I thought that was cool.
I really like that. Yeah.
Well, who's your favourite pairing, like, out of all the characters? So we had, like, Iron Man and Doctor Strange, and they're sort of, like, intelligent and wit, sort of bantering it out. I liked that.
They worked really well.
They worked really well, yeah. I really, really enjoyed that first New York scene.
That was...
It was so, like, engaging and entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
And even when, like, Spider-Man turned up and that whole fight, it was perfect, like... blend of comedy and then also like action set pieces.
Yeah, definitely.
And then when they went up into space and Iron Man saved Spider-Man with the Iron Spider suit, that was so
cool.
sick.
I liked the legs on the spider suit.
That was cool.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Children of Thanos? Like, who's your favourite one?
I don't really know the names of them that much.
Just like tell me which one, and I could probably tell you.
His name already. It was the wizard one.
Yeah, that's Ebony Moore. I think that's pretty much everyone's favourite.
I mean,
he was he could literally be like an early sort of Marvel phase full villain.
Yeah, he could. Like, he was like quite like a powerful and intelligent character. I really liked him.
Yeah,
I feel like he was like out of all like the Children of Thanos, like he was probably Thanos' favourite, I reckon.
Yeah,
maybe?
probably. I don't. What I wonder is, because I've never really read the comics. Are they actually children of Thanos, or are they biological, or are they more
I don't think
just
it's biological. I think it's just like
they just follow him?
I think they follow him.
Yeah, that probably would make more sense to me.
But the big guy out of the children of Thanos, he was a little bit of a letdown. I mean,
yeah, I mean, there was that cool fight with him and Bruce Banner, not Hulk.
Yeah.
That was quite funny, sort of like Iron Man sort of saying to Bruce Banner, like, "Come on, Bruce, you'll let me down in front of all these wizards."
Yeah.
I loved that scene.
Yeah,
but then when they got to Wakanda, talking about Wakanda, like, it wasn't in the movie that much, but I still think, like we were saying earlier, the characters that were needed to be on screen to justify the story were like in a sort of a nice amount.
Yeah.
I don't think if they showed too much of Wakanda, like in the early time, like the earlier parts of the movie, it might not have made as much sense because it more served as like an end battle sort of place.
Yeah, that was literally just like a location for a battle.
Yeah,
that's pretty much where it was really.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and apparently Black Panther, the character T'Challa, like Chadwick Boseman, who plays him, didn't know that he was going to die in the film.
I didn't.
So obviously he says his line. I don't remember exactly what it was. And he sort of stumbles forward. Obviously they would have acted that out, and then in post they fade him away and kill him off.
Oh really? Like. And
apparently when he went to see the film for the first time, it was like, what the hell? I didn't know I was dying. Like.
Yeah, that's probably explains like the downed face.
Yeah, there's that meme where he's sort of like that.
Yeah, he's like,
God damn it.
Yeah. What was it like? His line was like, "This is no place to die," or something.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah. And like all the Guardians are pretty much dead apart from Rocket now. I don't know how what is that going to be like in the next Avengers? It's just going to be Bradley Cooper hanging out with the original Avengers cast.
I mean,
that might be quite funny. Like,
so they're definitely going to have to
little bunny rabbit.
Little bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get like salvaged, then, aren't they? I mean, for the film.
Yeah.
They will be, I reckon.
I don't know where they could be though.
I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest.
Well, there's a few ways they could do this. Like, they could either go inside the Soul Stone and get them all back out. Yeah. Or get the stones back and then get the Infinity Gauntlet and reverse time or something, so it never happened at all. Yeah. Which I would prefer the first one, because I don't really want them to do like a whole reverse time and then like everything that happened didn't really happen.
Kind of like
I'd rather have
cliche one, the reverse time. That's like
I'd rather have something else.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but I just don't want them to reverse time.
Yeah, they're like, where is the gauntlet though?
Yeah, I don't know.
At first, like when he was like sat down, we saw him. Like at first, I thought he had the gauntlet still, but I don't think he does actually.
No, I don't know if he still has it.
I didn't see it.
We're going to see it again.
He had it on his right hand, didn't he? And we saw his right arm.
Obviously, so when Thor does that badass thing and goes right for the chest, unfortunately.
Should have aimed for the head.
Should aim for the head, as Thanos says. Thanos clicks his fingers, and then shortly after, you see the gauntlet's completely destroyed.
You see him like, kind of like see him where he found the Soul Stone. Then there's a clip of him with the gauntlet destroyed.
Yeah, he speaks to young Gamora, and she says, "Was it worth it? What did he lose?" And he was like, "Everything." Yeah. So he literally sacrificed everything just for him. He believed that was the greater cause because he wanted to save the universe from overpopulation. Yeah, that's why it's such a great character. Yeah. I mean, what? So talking about like how they could go into the next one, what did you think about the post-credit scene? How hyped were you about that Captain Marvel?
Like, as it was counting down, like sending, like I was literally just getting like more towards the edge of my seat. Like, come on, just be Captain Marvel. Come on. Yeah. I was just really hyped when I first saw Captain Marvel because
same.
I'm really hyped for the character.
I'm really hyped for the Captain Marvel movie and just to see how it all plays out in the next one. Yeah. And also I'm getting really really hyped for the next Ant-Man movie now because
definitely.
That's apparently linked loads to
Captain Marvel.
Not necessarily Captain Marvel, but the next Avengers 2. As Ant-Man is actually in the next Avengers rather than obviously just having a little bit of. Someone just sort of said he was off doing something in the last one. Yeah. And Hawkeye will be in the next one as well, probably. Yeah. As the I was watching a video this morning, and someone was saying that probably at the end of Ant-Man, they'll sort of be going into this quantum realm thing, and they'll come back and then realise that like half the world's gone. So like Ant-Man's daughter might have faded away or something like that, and then that might inspire him to go and help the Avengers out or something like that. Yeah. And then maybe also Hawkeye as well, because obviously he was off just dealing with his family. Yeah, so one of his family members might have faded away as well, and he gets motivated to join back to the Avengers and stuff like that, and fix it. That sounds like something that could happen, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new Venom trailer?
Kind of like a little bit mixed. Like, it looks good, but like it looks good, but like good at best. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think.
How come?
I don't know. Just like I like the look of Venom, but like
you didn't see much of him.
You obviously don't. I don't think you will. I don't think you'll see much of Venom.
It'll be more like Tom Hardy is.
It'll be more like him just becoming Venom.
Yeah.
It'll probably change once I see the film, but I liked it. But I guess it's just like him becoming Venom, like. But what I want to know is like, will it ever link to like Spider-Man or something? Would they like?
Yeah, I doubt it because it's Sony. It probably won't.
I don't think it will, but I'd love to see that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it looks good. Good really.
Yeah. I mean, talking like back on like Infinity War as well. When we see obviously the Infinity Gauntlet is destroyed at the end of the movie, you see earlier on, sort of throughout the middle, you see obviously Peter Dinklage's character, where they forge like different metals and stuff like that. Thor's new thing, Thor's new hammer was pretty sick. I like that. The axe was really cool with Groot. But you do see an Infinity Gauntlet forged.
You see one there, yeah.
So I reckon we might see that again.
Yeah. So do you think it'll like go there and like?
Yeah, it could be that like, because they know the power of the gauntlet.
Yeah.
But who do you think would wield it if they go back and get the gauntlet again?
Well, in terms of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Probably Thor.
Or
Captain Marvel if she's with the Avengers.
No, I think it's between Iron Man and Captain Marvel. The main reason I think it's Iron Man is like there's that one scene in the movie where Thanos sort of says like Iron Man, oh, you're Tony Stark. I know who you are. Stuff like that. I'm not the only one burdened with great knowledge or something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a bit interesting. Maybe Thanos knows that Iron Man is someone who could, I don't know, affect like what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And there's also that aspect as well as Doctor Strange. Basically, there's that one scene when Thanos sort of is about to kill Iron Man, and then Doctor Strange is like, okay, here, have the time stone, just have it. I think that Doctor Strange, because obviously he looks into the future and sees like 15 million different instances of how this played out.
Yeah.
I think that he saw that the only way they could win is that he gives him the time stone, and then Iron Man wields the gauntlet and saves the universe again.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a great shout. Might be. To be honest, I just don't like really see like Iron Man like with the gauntlet. To be honest, I feel like it'd be like Captain Marvel with the gauntlet.
Yeah, I would rather it be Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
because we haven't seen the Captain Marvel movie yet, but
I feel like that
she is meant to be one of the most powerful characters. So
yeah,
it would make more sense.
Why Doctor Strange gave Thanos the time stone? It definitely links. I feel like it links with Iron Man because he saved him. But like, I don't know if it'll be the gauntlet. I feel like it'll be something else.
Yeah,
but I'm not too sure what it'll be though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Doctor Strange was so cool in that movie though.
I think he was great in the movie. I really liked the character. Yeah.
Yeah, like he was one of the most important ones. That's why it's no wonder that Benedict Cumberbatch read the whole script, because he had a really big part to play in the movie, and I didn't expect that from his character, really.
Yeah.
So have you seen the new Ant-Man trailer yet?
I haven't.
All right. Well, we can talk about that for a bit. Basically, the new Ant-Man trailer does look really good.
Yeah. Oh wait, I've seen the clips of it, but
You've seen the clips. There is 2 trailers. Have you seen the first one?
I haven't seen.
Haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any of them yet.
All right. So the new Ant-Man and the Wasp is meant to be linked a lot to the next sort of part of Avengers. And they do mention the quantum realm quite a lot in this next one. So quite a lot of people think that Ant-Man could go into the Soul Stone and bring everyone back, because obviously you can go through like objects using the quantum realm.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about that? Like, do you reckon that would be quite a good way to save everyone?
Yeah, that'd be a great way to save everyone. Yeah, I feel like that definitely would work. I feel like he maybe does that, but like maybe affects something when doing that.
So it, like, going into the Soul Stone has consequences?
I feel like it does, but I'm not sure what it would be. But I feel like it does have consequences. Yeah,
I definitely think consequences-wise, some more people are going to die in the next one.
Yeah, I feel like more people will die in the next one. Yeah, like
I feel like more permanent deaths will happen in this next one. So we had 3 in Avengers 3.
Yeah.
Infinity War. I think in the next one we're going to have probably more.
Yeah, we're going to have more.
Captain America, maybe Iron Man as well, I think. Yeah. Captain America and Iron Man, probably.
I mean, I like those characters more, but like Gamora's death like hit me hard.
Yeah.
Like that just happened, and
Gamora's death was. I really like Gamora's character.
Out of all the deaths within the film, that hit me hard the most.
Yeah. Even after the ones that faded away, or because I guess you kind of know that they got sequels. So
you don't really know if they're like permanently dead yet. So
yeah.
Whereas like the likes like Vision, and Gamora. I mean, Vision's death was wolf.
How did you feel about Vision and Scarlet Witch's like story in the film?
I really liked it. I really liked the story. Yeah.
Some people complained that like all these characters that they're seeing don't have any backstory and they're just introduced, and you should just expect to know where they are. But there's 19 other movies to watch for that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's
you can't just go into Infinity War expecting to know everything. Like if you haven't seen any other Marvel movies, it's the highest grossing film of all time because there are so many Marvel fans. Yeah. And you will have to watch the other movies to understand what goes on.
Yeah.
And the critics just didn't see that, but quite a lot of critics enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the main complaints about the movie are that you just don't get introduced to the characters, but you've got to watch the other movies for that.
You've just got to watch the other movies, and like you can't really expect them to like have like a really in-depth like a little story of like a certain character with the amount of time they have and the cast they have.
Yeah. Some people say that Vision was kind of a bit of a pussy in that one.
I don't see how he was. The character that did stab him with his
Corvus Glaive stabbed him with a staff.
That staff is apparently really powerful.
Yeah,
like, really powerful, and
that was like really early in the movie. So.
Yeah, and if he has it, he's kind of like invincible with it. So like I don't think people like realise that. At first I didn't realise that, but like reading a few like stories about it, like now I realise why Vision was like so damaged. So like injured.
It made sense to me. Like while I was watching, I was like, well, obviously he can't really fight too much if he's just been injured. Yeah,
like he
has self-healing powers, but I'm pretty sure
that staff really
probably stopped it. Yeah.
So there was a lot of complaints. Like fans are like really unhappy about Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Yeah, they were about to get the gauntlet off Thanos, and then once he realised Thanos killed Gamora, he like attacked him, and then Thanos was where was happening, and then managed to defend himself. It kind of like sucks that like they didn't get the gauntlet off, but like I'm not really that bothered about it. I mean, like that's kind of like Star-Lord's character. He's kind of like does that stuff. Yeah,
it made sense for me. Like, I mean, when I was watching, I was like, God damn it, Star-Lord, what are you doing? Yeah. But then it did make sense that he loves Gamora, and that has been like over the course of Guardians 1 and 2, he sort of slowly falls in love with her. And at the end of Guardians 2, it sort of is very obvious.
Yeah.
And even with Guardian, like at the start of Infinity War, he sort of does those things like when Thor is on the ship and he's trying to make himself seem even more manly with his voice. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it also added to the character because Star-Lord wants to show off in front of Gamora, and then he finds out that Gamora's dead. He's obviously going to get mad.
And like we see that in Guardians 2 when he found out like why his mother died. He just, without like thinking, immediately just started shooting.
Yeah, exactly. So he has got like that aspect of like being angry.
I mean, he kind of like has that aspect. Like when he's angry, he doesn't like think before he does like an action or something.
Yeah. So it made sense.
That's part of his character. So
yeah. I think it was that whole bit on Titan was like really good. I really liked when it was Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man were on Titan by themselves, and then they just see the Guardians come, and they personally think they're working for Thanos.
Yeah.
And that was just hilarious. And that was a product of like the funniest scene in the movie.
Yeah, reminds me of that. Why is Gamora?
Yeah, so it was like Star-Lord asks like, "Where is Gamora?" And then Iron Man's like, "I'll one up you on that. Who is Gamora?" And Drax just sort of laying on the floor, just like. It's like, why is Gamora?
I love
we
that.
just lost it in the cinema after
it was just
that.
So funny, but it was like
Drax had some of the best lines.
He did, yeah. Like
Dave Bautista, like it's great delivery of them as well. Like from wrestler to actor, like he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's
like
doing a great job,
we've seen in the last sort of couple of years, quite a lot of wrestlers have gone into acting. Like John Cena. The Rock is like the highest paid actor in the world.
Movies.
He's a lot of movies.
So many movies now.
And Batista as well. He's doing great. Personally, he's my favourite actor from wrestling because I really like Marvel. But Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a good actor.
I mean, he's a good actor,
but he is sort of typecast to certain movies. Like he hasn't really stepped outside of that type genre yet.
Like
I'd like to see him in a different genre.
He's done a lot of movies. I think he just like accepts like an opportunity he gets. Really, he doesn't really like think about it. Like, will this like improve my like?
Then again, he did do Moana, so
yeah, he did.
I still haven't seen
acting,
that.
Yeah, but like in terms of like don't want to be seen as like a better actor. Like, would he go to like a different genre?
Yeah,
whereas, like he just kind of like accepts like a role that he's can like get that he's a genre that he's like comfortable with. So it'd be nice to see him like in a different genre, but like.
So far, they're all doing pretty well for themselves in the acting world.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else you want to talk about the movie?
I mean, there's so much. There's a lot of stuff happening within the film. I just want to talk when we like first see Thanos. Like, when we first see him, and he's just there, like, just stood there, like, just such like an intimidating figure.
He really is an intimidating figure.
Like, whoa, that's him.
Like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
like how it felt.
From the moment where like he gets the Tesseract and just crushes it into like loads of pieces.
Yeah.
I think the main scene is though when he just beats the crap out of Hulk.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was like very early on in the movie.
That was a bit annoying when that happens in like our cinema.
In our cinema during that scene they had to pause the movie because some people were late to the cinema, and had to restart it. So we saw that amazing scene, and then we had to wait like another 15 minutes.
Because they decided to play trailers again.
Yeah. So we had to watch the trailers again.
Instead of just starting the film over again, they just decided to play trailers.
So that was a bit annoying. So we were just thinking about that scene the entire way through the trailers, like, oh, for God's sake.
I mean,
what can you do though? Yeah. But it's still a great movie.
At least we saw the film.
At least we saw it that early without being spoiled.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. So with our last podcast, we actually got quite a few predictions, like quite right.
Did. Like I was actually kind of like proud of it.
Yeah, like we talked about in the last one that we thought that Thanos would literally. I even said, "Oh, imagine if Thanos literally clicks his fingers and there we go."
Yeah.
And that happens. I really didn't expect that from Disney. I really expected like another. Like the Last Jedi sort of thing, where the trailer sort of lies to you a little bit, and then it's just sort of like, oh, that was a bit kidsy, really.
Yeah, like I'm glad they didn't do that.
I'm glad they didn't go Last Jedi.
Yeah, they kept it like kind of like
true to the trailer, and it was dark and everything that was promised, really. Yeah. Whereas the Last Jedi was sort of like, yeah, we are a dark movie, and then it's just like, hello, I want Captain Hugs.
Yeah.
So, for God's sake. I knew, like, from that moment on, from Last Jedi, I was like, well...
Are you serious?
This isn't the movie I paid for.
Yeah. Like, what happened
I mean,
to
it was
the trailer?
good, but,
I mean,
like...
it had its highs and its lows, but I feel like the lows, like, outweighed the highs.
Yeah. Not to say that there weren't very good highs, though. Like, some of the scenes
there were great highs, but, I mean, it was just a few disappointing points. And, back to Infinity War.
Yeah.
What did you think of, like, the Soul Stone? Did you think there was should have been a bit more mystery to it? Because we did, like...
Yeah, like, I was expecting the Soul Stone to have been, like, something that was in the cinematic universe the whole time. So we've already seen it, and it was that sort of plot twist of, like, oh shit, it was there the whole time.
Yeah.
But it was, like, it was on a place called Boromir, I think it was. So I don't know if we've never been introduced to that place in the cinematic universe. I expect it's probably somewhere in the comics, though.
Yeah.
But then again, I did like how you had to take, instead of him just literally turning up and just taking it.
And just go.
There was actually a consequence to it.
There was a big consequence. I really liked it.
Yeah. Like the movie, like I was saying in the last podcast, I hope that all of the actions had consequences, not just like something happens and then it gets reversed or it didn't really mean anything. Like pretty much everything that happened actually meant quite a lot to the story.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So I thought that aspect definitely bumped it up compared to like some of the other Marvel movies where the villain isn't really that great and they just don't really do much.
Yeah, but it's like, just this one, like, I love that line from Red Skull, like, Gamora was like smiling, like laughing because Thanos has like had a tear because he didn't think he could get she didn't think he could get the Soul Stone, but like the tears aren't for him. Something along those lines, like the tears aren't for him.
Yeah, exactly. He was crying because he knew what he had to do at that point.
I love that line so much. It was like,
I thought that was really cool. I wonder if they had that planned all the way back from Captain America: The First Avenger. So we're gonna throw, obviously. I reckon they probably had.
Maybe I don't think they had it
because they had the end game planned. They knew they wanted to do Infinity War probably since the start of the cinematic universe. Because the First Avenger wasn't really that far behind the first Avengers movie. Which is where they first introduced Thanos. And they probably knew from then that they wanted to lead up to this film. So I expect they probably had like a sort of plan for Red Skull. I think they had a
plan for a while with Red Skull, but
because it didn't feel like it was just like, oh yeah, Red Skull's in space. Let's just put him here.
Yeah, Red Skull's there. We'll just pop him in there.
Yeah.
I feel like they had that plan. They definitely had that plan for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they definitely they took risks with the movie and it definitely worked out.
Definitely played off, yeah.
I mean, overall, it's been my favourite movie of the year.
Yeah, same, definitely.
And I would probably put it in the top 5 like films I've ever seen, mostly because I just how fun it was.
Yeah, really fun.
Do you prefer Ready Player One or Infinity War?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really like Ready Player One, but like probably in terms like filmmaking, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
But like kind of like I just preferred like I feel like in terms like surprise and like entertainment, probably Infinity War. It was just like you didn't really expect it. Like
I mean, going into it, we were so hyped.
Yeah.
And they literally met every expectation.
Yeah.
Whereas when going into Ready Player One, we didn't really expect anything from it, and then we came out really enjoying it. So it was two really good experiences. One expecting loads and then getting everything that you want, and then also expecting nothing and getting quite a lot as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd say they're like so far I've just really enjoyed every film we've went to see this year.
Yeah. We got a lot more films to come.
We've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Venom,
Incredibles 2,
Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2, Han Solo movie. Lots of interesting sort of action movies to come.
Yeah, definitely.
And TV shows as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Game of Thrones is next year, but
that's a big shame.
Yeah, but there is Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
and that is season 4 is coming around October, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Nice.
But yeah, so this has been the second episode of the Nerdalyse Podcast. I hope you enjoyed listening. Catch you soon.